even you then.
Damn! He said just about, it's about being attractive, even you did. I know.
It makes you look old.
Maddie hitting it out of the park with an absolute banger, and I am here for it, telling her she looks old in the dress. Now, I'm not one for revenge, so that's not what any of this is, but it was still hilarious. And we will see that they have plenty of stuff that is going to go wrong in their relationship if they don't fix things right off the bat, like this one.
And I know that Maddie loves me, and so right now I just really want to forget everything that's happening.
Oh, so you were saying that he loves you, you love him, and you just want to forget everything that happened with y'all, and so we're just going to try to move on, because every relationship has ever worked if you do that and don't actually work out your issues. This will probably be a perfect happily ever after, won't it? Or it's going to be an absolute disaster and he's going to end up going back to his home country anyway because you ran the man off. But we will see. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends. I appreciate all the support. 2,500. Y'all are awesome. We are a quarter of the way to 10,000 subscribers. We're going to get there. At some point, we are going to get there, and y'all are awesome for supporting it. I appreciate it. Let's continue on just at how crazy everyone gets in this damn show.
You see, I pushed your reset button.
Oh!
And here we are.
I mean, he must have pushed a damn reset button because at the last time we saw them, they were fighting and about on the verge of breaking up. But what is that reset button, you ask?
But just because we had makeup sex does not mean that everything's okay.
So it's like, we're just gonna, this is the thing about her, is she talks a bunch of BS and then she doesn't ever really mean anything she says. And then all she is gonna do is want to sleep with him and then it's gonna be forgotten. But he's the only one that ever comes back and acts like he is actually like, oh, you know, I have these things that I might need to work on and I apologize for that. But she's never willing to admit any of the same. We will see that in just a minute.
Each other.
And I just sneaked to the upstairs like a tiger.
I just imagine him creeping through the house like, okay, now it's time for the makeup, Shekinah.
I'm glad I have this.
That's all he says. I have this, looks down. I am glad I have this. Basically like, this is the only thing that saves me from this crazy woman, is I actually can please her in the kind of intimate way. You know what I'm saying? Him down there.
In another country, and right now I cannot work.
Yes.
I cannot make money.
Yes.
I'm just...
Which, by the way, and we get into this with some other things with Juan, but when it comes to men, if you can't work because we want to work, we want to provide, it gets to a very depressing and kind of just state you don't want to be in because it gives us purpose. It may not be understood by some, but it gives us purpose to work and provide. And that's what he's going through, and that's what Juan's going through.
Using my savings, I feel trapped, and that makes me concerned, that makes me
Yes.
anxious and depressed.
Yes. Okay. So he admits that that is what causes some of his moodiness and everything like that.
Failure, my mistake, was not to come to you and tell you that.
Now, this is him saying, you know what? I made a mistake. You know what? I might have been a little snippy with you, and I should have come to you and talked to you about the fact that I was struggling. I was struggling because as a man, I want to work and provide, and I don't feel like I can do that right now. But does she do the same? Because you know damn well she ain't innocent in this.
The way that you treat me directly reflects how I am towards you.
So what she does here is says, you know what? The way you treat me is how I treat you. Not, hey, it goes both ways. Maybe if she is treating him in a crappy manner, he is also going to have an attitude towards her. But do you think she's taking any accountability? Absolutely not, because Shekinah can do no wrong. This chick is insufferable.
I feel in my head like I'm still 39 years old, or maybe
do you?
Even younger. So
I think all of us could have guessed that he feels like he's 39 years old or younger. He's turning 59, but he doesn't feel a day over 25. And yeah, I think we can see that, buddy. Oh God, it's all over. She's come to ruin the damn bachelorette part. You know what? She's gonna come here. You know when they raise their hand up and say, "Hey, does it speak now or forever? Hold your peace if you have any objections." Her friend also friend between the sheets, I'm pretty damn sure, is the one that's going to speak up and say, I can't, I'm so in love with her. It was me. I loved her the whole time. All that crap is what we're going to see because that chick is crazy. And the husband, for some reason, can't see it.
En otro lado está Jessica y el niño. Y no sé si decirle o no decirle. ¿Vos qué me decís?
The fact that he's even saying, I don't know if I should tell her, talking about going back on the cruise and working is an issue. But the problem here, one of the biggest problems, is the fact that Jessica has not made it seem like she is even open to him struggling right now. As I mentioned before, being a man and not being able to work. As a man, we want to work. We want to provide. We want to be there for our family. We want to be the breadwinner. Not to say that they can't work, but as a man, it's ingrained in us to want to be that. So when we can't, it is a really tough. When we lose our job, it is really tough, which is why a lot of times it's like really devastating to a lot of men because of the not being able to provide in that moment. So for her to not be able to take a moment, take a step back and say, he's struggling, I need to let him know I understand that. Instead, she's like, why don't you want to be there for your son? He can love his son and want to work, but because you're not showing understanding, you're pushing him to this, I don't know about telling her, because he wants to go back to the cruise. The reason he hasn't told her is because he doesn't want to hear no, because now he's getting deeper and deeper into it. So, this is a big problem, and she is a part of that problem.
Porque al final del día, su relación usted la tienes con ella.
Yes.
Usted ya tiene un niño con ella.
Yes.
Y ella es la que le puede aconsejar mejor con ese sentido.
Not exactly, but all the other stuff, yes. She is going to be your wife. She's not yet, but she's going to be your wife. You have a child with her. He then says she can advise you best in that sense. That's not true. She is not being a good person to advise and talk to. That is her downfall right now, because if she was more understanding, this wouldn't be as big of an issue. So she's not the best advisor there, but he does give good advice that he needs to think about his wife, or soon-to-be wife, and his child.
I love her so much.
I'm not sure how long love can justify all the terrible feelings you're having.
Now, this is the problem, is he tells his friend that, I'm going to tell you this, and I just want it to be between me and you, talking about, I think she might be interested in women as well. And because she hasn't given an outright answer or even said anything about it, now he's really insecure because he's afraid that she's going to run away with a girl even after they get married. So it's leading to all these issues in their relationship. The problem he made here is talking to this friend without him ever really meeting Stevie. I have tons of problems with Stevie. She needs to fix some things. But he should have not been just venting to a friend that has not even met her. For one, just going to vent to a friend isn't always the best thing anyway, because a lot of times they're just going to agree with you. So, and then especially in the fact that he's never met her. So it's not going to put a good image in his head. And also, we'll see how that comes back in a minute.
How you doing?
I can't unsee this guy. This guy looks like the little head guy from Beetlejuice, like when he gets the shrunk, or when Beetlejuice gets the shrunken head, or his little minions out there that in Beetlejuice 2. Yeah, that guy. That's who this guy looks like.
I try to be honest in my relationship, so we'll see.
The epitome of honesty, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here. Does this guy scream, you know, I'm just a really honest guy? Or does he scream, I met a random stripper in Tijuana and I let her open a bank account with me and transfer money in my name? I think the latter.
That's Annie. You know, it's Brenda.
What? You mean she has another name that she's using? The crazy stripper in Tijuana that's been juking us for money? What? These people have got to be, look at these faces right here. This is the pit. You know what? They have an affliction. It's Idiocracy. And, you know, if you've ever seen the movie, this is the movie Idiocracy incarnate right here.
Fine.
Look at him. Look at him. He's every time he looks away, Sarper's sizing him up. He's like, who is this guy? What is going on here? It's like looking at the American version of Sarper, kind of. Like tattoos, wearing a tight shirt, all that stuff. He's like, what's going on here?
For handyman?
He's like for the handyman, because she just told him that guy's the handyman. He's like, who is this handyman? Handymen are goofy in Turkey. Who is this guy? Are you wearing this for handyman? You gotta love Sarper. He's hilarious. I understand why he went to do stand-up, because he is funny, just not funny in the sense of writing jokes.
Because when he works, he talks sometimes.
You don't talk with handyman about life.
He's 100% right here. He's like, why do you talk with handyman? He fix things, he just goes. Why you talk to him a lot? You don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, guys.
That is depressing. They went to, so they're to, I think they said they went to Deadwood, fun Western town, but they're in the Black Hills and they're trying to see Mount Rushmore. And the day you go, you're standing out there and it's foggy, rainy, and you can't see it. Look, I don't know much about what's around, in the Black Hills, what's around Mount Rushmore, but it would be something I think would be cool to see one day. But if I went there and then I couldn't see that, I don't know what the hell I would do. Like, it'd be like, man, I came all this way and I can't even actually see it. I mean, I can't even mark it off my bucket list. That would be depressing. Oh, she's got something for you.
Okay,
Oh,
you're right.
she's giving you the shirt that she made for herself as a fan tribute shirt to her best friend and also possible lover. That is creepy. I'm telling you, she's doing this and like, ha, the strippers are going to see that you're taken. Ha, 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 ha. No, that was a shirt you made for yourself as you sit alone at night, turning the lights on and off, sitting in the corner in the darkness with a candle. Like, that's the creepy stuff this chick does.
I'm so happy we have a party bus.
Do you have a party bus? That is not a party bus. What that is a small bus for trips from the senior home. What the hell did y'all rent? There ain't no party going on in there. That's just transportation. Stop trying to cope and make it sound like something it's not.
Drinking, being in a bar, having fun. Reminds me of the good old days when I was on the boat.
That's not good. See, he's reminiscing. This is really not good. And if you can't tell already, I mean, I'm sure you've watched the episode, but if you haven't, the foreshadowing of, oh my gosh, he's going to probably say something stupid, it's coming.
No, I already was planning to adopt Clayton.
Credit where it's due.
Clayton is such a great kid. I tell my family I have 4 kids.
This is why I didn't put a ton of negative about Mina and Mark in this one, because I still have problems with her leaving Clayton behind. I think you should have waited on that one. Not a good thing. However, she has agreed to sign the prenup if he agrees to adopt Clayton. He comes out and says, I was going to do that the whole time. And if she's going to sign the prenup, which, I have kind of disagree with them in the past, but at the same time, if her motivation isn't money, then signing the prenup is pretty much secures that she only is going to get so much if they divorce anyway. So maybe it is real. Maybe I'm wrong. I still have a lot of skepticism, but like I said, credit where it's due. He's going to adopt Clayton, at least he says he is, and she's going to sign the prenup. So it seems like maybe they are in it for the right reasons, but we will see.
Not said anything, and Saeed would have had a really better mindset about Stevie.
Yes.
I hope I didn't put my foot in my mouth.
You absolutely did, because you poisoned the well immediately. And no matter the problems with Stevie, you set your friend up to already have this negative opinion about her. Now, should you just gloss over everything and make it seem like everything is sunshine and roses? No, but you don't have to sit there and just say a bunch of negative stuff. Just meet your friend. Just talk to your friend. Have a good time with your friend. And then later on, he can make his own opinions after meeting her. Maddie shouldn't have done that.
Date of arrival got moved up a lot faster than what we expected. So I honestly thought I had a little bit more time to tell Dad.
Still doesn't exactly make sense considering the fact that you might have thought you had more time, but he should have known already. Like, just because you thought you had a few extra weeks or a month or whatever, your dad should have known. Instead, it snuck up on you and then you're like, oh my gosh, trying to make it seem like it's justified. It wasn't.
That you care enough about
Damn.
his concerns and
Damn.
everything that he is dealing with these days, or are you just being selfish?
Damn, he going hard on her. He says, do you think you care enough about his concerns or you're just being selfish? Like, he didn't... One thing that Maddie says is, can you keep this between us? He did not. He did not keep it between you. He goes immediately in and says, do you think you're being selfish? Now, if you have 2 brain cells to rub together, maybe think about formulating your own opinion, even if Maddie did say these things. He didn't even think about that. Instead, he just went in hard like, I'm a loyal friend. That doesn't always work out for the best, especially when you know you're only hearing one side and you're going to be biased because you're going to believe your friend. Now, Stevie is not good in this relationship. She's not ready for a relationship. But you have to think about these things critically. Can't just go in hard like that. Damn.
Hey, Sarper.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, you?
Why the hell are you bringing Dan to this thing? This is the thing. Why can she not let go of this one creepy friend who clearly has a whole drawer full of her underwear that he's been stealing throughout the years? I mean, this guy is just a creep. He's a creep that's obsessed with her. He's the other end of the spectrum with like Fatal Attraction. He's just waiting to boil the rabbit, but he's the male version. Instead, here he is. Now, I will say, Sarper hilariously gets back at him, and we'll see in just a minute.
You are all sexually healthy and attractive.
Yeah, by the way, his whole set is about, his intimate times, if you know what I'm saying.
Men, okay?
Huh?
Even you, Dan.
Damn! He said just about, it's about being attractive. Even you, Dan. I know it's hard, but imagine it. Just imagine. Just taking shots. That's the funny part about it. He may not be the best at writing jokes. He may not be a natural comedian, but being quick on his feet like that and just throwing that out there at doing a little bit of reverse heckling, if you will, was hilarious.
I'm so embarrassed.
Why?
The dig at Dan was totally uncalled for.
Why?
And I'm trying to be supportive, but I just want this to be over.
Okay, why on earth was it uncalled for? Why was it you're saying it's a dig? Why are you offended? The reality of the situation was, you know what Sarper did? He didn't go the violent route. I mean, us as men, sometimes we just fight it out. With our guy friends, we have fights and we make up and we're good at the next second. So imagine him trying to hold back on all these little shots that Dan's been making, knowing that this is a guy that's got a flame to you and has kissed you and potentially done more, and yet he's still just coming around. This guy could really get under someone's skin. You know what Sarper does? He takes a chance, goes on the stage for his comedy show, takes a couple shots. That's how he deals with it. I'd say that's a lot healthier than the alternative. And instead of you just taking it in stride, you're getting offended by him saying something about an ex that you really shouldn't care about. That's weird. That's weird on its face.
I think he's highly insecure about me. I mean, if he wants to be a real man,
Oh, okay.
and he wants to fix issues, then we're going to need to have a serious conversation eye to eye.
For what? What would the point of being y'all having a serious conversation eye to eye so y'all can be buddies, so y'all can let bygones be bygones? You are supposed to be an irrelevant person. The fact that you're staying relevant in Shekinah's life is the issue here, and he should address that with Shekinah, because there's no reason you should be around. Why would you be? You clearly are in love with her, and that's creepy the way you just completely protect her and say she's better off with you. You are stalker level right now, and yet she is still defending you. That's weird.
You can't squeeze him out of my friend group.
Why?
Because you don't like him.
No, you know what? You need to squeeze him out of your friend group and say, look, we're not going to hang out anymore. Why the hell is he around? He's a creepy little dude that is just really just off-putting to be around. Like, he never acts like he's like very personable. He never really seems like he's trying to be nice. No, he's just kind of an ass that's just hanging around. Why is he here? What's the reason, Shekinah? It seems like there's an ulterior motive. Okay, he's basically saying hands off. That girl has her breasticles all up in his face. Now, I understand strippers. I get it. Some people are all about that for bachelor and bachelorette parties. I personally vehemently disagree with it. There is no reason for you to have strippers dancing on yourself. Bachelor, bachelorette party. No reason at all. But whatever. At the very least, if you're talking about this contact right here, that's a problem. And him act like I didn't do nothing wrong. Let me tell you something. That girl can act like she ain't, mad about nothing, but she finds out that her boobs were actually on your face. She gonna be mad.
I had a call from the cruise line.
This is the time. This is when you're going to do it. This is when you're going to tell her that you've been holding out on letting her know that they've called and tried to bring you back and you want to go back. And you didn't actually quit your job. All of that right now, after when you're all drunk, after your bachelorette parties. My God, timing is not your strong suit.
Every year. So by the time he's 10, he spent maybe a year with you.
Harsh, but true. Yes.
That's unfair to him.
Yes, and this is where she's correct. It is 100% unfair to his son for him to be away that much, where he's like 8-10 months a year, and he only gets a couple months with him each year. That is not good. He needs a father that's present. I get it. Some jobs you have to be away for a little bit. This is extreme. This is not, the problem is not the reality here that he needs to stick around. The problem is how she's handled it and how she's actually tried to at least acknowledge that he's struggling because he wants to work. Instead of doing that, she's just like, too bad, you need to be with us. Instead of saying, look, I get it. It's tough. But you know what? We can try to look for other jobs that you're more comfortable with. We can think about it. We can look around. We'll make it work. And trying to be at least a little understanding. But she's incapable because she's selfish.
I thought it was just like, I'm having fun with this couple and...
Yes, because that is what absolutely everyone thinks, because this couple actually they have an affliction. It's stupiditis, and that's what they suffer from, because they only have 2 brain cells to rub together between the 2 of them, because they can't realize that you're being taken for a ride by the Tijuana stripper. I mean, seriously, say it out loud and you might actually realize what's going on.
The divorce hasn't been set.
Look, it's like shocker after shocker. And like, I mean, he should be just feeling like really stupid right now, because he's like, every time he actually said it wasn't a good idea. And then she comes back and like, please, it's my girlfriend. I love her. And now again, they're saying that she was married and the divorce was never dissolved. So they're talking about getting divorced to be able to marry her, to bring her over, when she has a divorce that hasn't even been dissolved yet. My God, the stupidity between the 2 of them.
Life to her. I introduced her to my children, and she's just lied about everything pretty much.
Oh my gosh, who is actually surprised besides you freaking idiot? You actually are surprised that she's lied to you about absolutely everything, and then you're gonna cry and say, I introduced her to my children. Yes, that makes you a bad mother, introducing the random throuple person to your kids. How dumb are you?
Hi, Brenda.
Oh, damn, she hitting it right off. But you know what? And then just the look on her face, it's great. But the reality is she's not really hurt. She's like, she just feels stupid. She is hurt, but she's more feeling stupid because she's time and time again let this happen, let the lies just roll through it, and yet she's still talking about bringing her to the United States to live with them and their kids. So you should feel really dumb, and actually you should be thanking the Lord that you might have dodged a bullet here, because you realized it before you brought her over there. Instead, guarantee you that they would probably at least have one more time where they let her weasel her way out of it before they finally cut it loose. But we will see how that pans out, because we are surrounded by idiots in this show. It's fantastic. It's glorious, but they are stupid. They all are stupid. They don't know what the hell's going on. And quite frankly, some of them are just in it for the screen time to get the publicity. And some of them, I think, are I don't know. They're just looking for love. They're looking for love. They just want to find it. Or they are just dumb. And that is what we are left with. But makes good TV, I guess. We will see how it plays out. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends. I definitely appreciate all the support. Y'all are awesome, and I will see y'all next time.